All right, good afternoon. We're here with our Read Aloud. We are in chapter 2 of The City in the Clouds, which is part of our Secrets of Dream series. And this chapter is called The Silver Ship. Eric reached up, grabbed the twisted hatch, and pulled it down over them. Okay, we're on a flying ship, but whose flying ship? And where is it going? They looked around. They were in a narrow corridor. The walls were made of the same shiny metal as the outside of the ship. My bug senses are returning, said Neil. Then he pointed ahead of them. I hear voices this way, but I can't tell who. Let's find out, said Julie. Carefully, they crept along the corridor. Neil's bug foot clomped on the floor. Eric followed behind. They rounded a corner in the narrow hall. Julie stopped. Uh-oh. Hanging on the wall ahead of them was a row of shiny black armor, glinting in the light. That's Nin armor, Eric said. There are Nins on board, maybe even Lord Spar. We're in enemy territory, folks, Neil added. The ship rumbled noisily around them. It seemed to be changing direction. The three friends quietly inched their way to a metal door with a wheel on it. A Nin-sized hatch, Eric whispered. Here goes nothing. He turned the wheel and opened the hatch slightly. They peered into a large circular cabin filled with Nin warriors. The Nins were working the giant ship's controls. Eric shivered. His friends huddled closer. One Nin stepped over to a red chair. The kids couldn't see who was in the chair. King Zello and his daughter are heading for the city of Ro, my lord, the Nin grunted. What shall we do? Set a course for the valley, snarled a familiar voice. It's Lord Spar, Eric whispered. Soon we shall have the magic diamonds, millions of them, the Nin grunted happily. The diamonds will be useful, Spar said, but what I really seek is the city of Ro is a single word. Eric frowned. A word? What word? The pink clouds thinned as the giant ship began to slip down through them. The cabin windshield showed a world of white mountains. Here and there were slithering silver rivers. A broad, flat valley directly ahead was circled by forests of violet and blue trees. The world of Droon. Pop! Neil's other sneaker began to split. Oh man, Neil moaned loudly, too loudly. Spar bolted up from his throne and turned around. His dark eyes flashed when he saw the children. Spies! Seize them! Instantly, three large Nins rushed over and grabbed the children. The Red Guard's grips were like steel. Let us go, Spar, Julie exclaimed. Spar laughed. That's exactly what I intend to do. Nins, take them to the platform. The sorcerer's bald head gleamed as if it had been polished, and small dark fins grew behind each ear. Did you expect us to talk? Eric asked. No, I expect you to fly, Spar replied. Without another word, the big red warriors hustled them roughly into the corridor. Where are you taking us? Neil asked. You'll find out, one Nin laughed. He pressed a button on the corridor wall and whoosh! A door on the side of the ship opened. The children found themselves on a small metal plank jutting out from the ship. The wind howled around them. Okay, said Eric, I'm guessing that platform is not a good thing. We call it the tossing platform, one of the guards said with a grunting sort of laugh. His black eyes seemed like tiny marbles in his puffy red face. We toss, you fly, another Nin said. And what if we can't fly? Julie asked. Splat! The third Nin laughed. The kids all looked at one another. Okay, now I'm worried, Neil said. And you weren't up until now? Julie cried. Suddenly, zzz-blam! The ship rocked. Kablam! Boom! The sky lit up with sparkling blue beams. Dozens of plump purple ships swooped up out of the clouds. The ships were small and round and very fast. Two wings stuck out on each side of a clear bubble. There's a picture of them standing on the tossing platform on the side of the ship. Eek. The Lumpies! Julie shouted. The Nins grunted and ran inside. The iron door closed behind them. The kids were trapped outside the ship. Now I'm really worried, Neil said. We really are going to go splat. Suddenly, one of the purple planes swept underneath the platform. It pulled up sharply. Its cockpit bubble opened. There were two figures inside. Jump quickly! Yelled the pilot. They did. Oomph! Whoa! Yow! The ship circled up and away into the pink clouds as the kids tumbled into soft purple pillows. They landed right next to a small purple creature who looked like a chubby pillow himself. The creature's cheeks bulged like bubblegum bubbles. Con, Eric cried. King of the Lumpies, at your service, Con said, his short arms flying over the controls. Zzz, blam! The back end of the little ship roared with the sound of blasting. A helmeted creature behind them leaned over a strange gun. Sparkling blue beams of light burst on the giant silver ship below. Spar's airship changed directions and veered away. Lumpies 1, Spar 0, Con cheered. It's nice blasting from your helper back there, Julie said to Con. Amazing. Whoever is that? She ought to be, Con said with a twinkle in his eye. That's Princess Kia. And that is the end of Chapter 2. So stay tuned next week for Chapter 3. I wonder what will happen.